This is not an easy thing that was happening, right? Somebody try to kill you.
Yeah.
Your wife gets shot in her head. Your children might be in danger. You have to run, leave your country. You go to England. You don't know what happened. You know, you question your faith. You find out you have cancer. What is going on, bro?
Yeah.
How you want to start?
From the beginning.
Right, I am sitting next to a man who's taken the word legacy to another level. I am so privileged and so damn lucky to be sitting next to Ziggy Marley right now. This is an icon, an entrepreneur, an artist, a man who's also a producer of a film that's captured a real moment in history, for sure. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, surely you've heard of Bob Marley. If you haven't heard of Bob Marley, you're certainly lying to me. It's such a privilege to sit with you right now, Ziggy.
Man,
how are you feeling?
Feel good, happy. We're here,
Do you know what makes me happy? It's the fact that you've been to my country, man. That's what makes me. It's the fact that you went to Congo, and I know how passionate your father was about Africa, right? And one of his first time was in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
But you're saying to me that after that, one of your first visits beyond that was Congo.
Yeah, it was Congo. No, I mean, my father, the album Survival. People ask me a question like, "What's your favorite song of your father?" I'm saying, I don't have a favorite song. I have a favorite album, Survival.
Right.
Which was a very pro-African album. And then that album, Zimbabwe is on that album. So we went to Zimbabwe, and that started my journey into wanting to know more about Africa and explore Africa. And so any chance I'd gotten after that to go to Africa, I took the chance. And my mother took me and my brother Stephen. We went with an artist named Half Pint was with us to Sky High. We went to Congo for some seminar. And we had a beautiful experience there. Just being in Africa, I mean, I wrote a song. There's a song I wrote called Black My Story.
Right.
That was written in Congo.
Do you know what? Separate to this, we're going to have a long conversation about Congo, man, for sure. What led you to making this biopic?
He's a spiritual person, and my experience in life, and I guess it's coming from my father, my mother, my whole family, because we are spiritual people.
Yeah.
So I have no idea why I choose this time for, hey, let me try and make a movie. I have no idea why.
What was the one thing that you wanted us as the viewers to take away from this film?
As you say, be on the inside.
Yeah.
This is the Bob Marley. You're not seeing this Bob Marley in the interviews. You're not seeing him in the pictures. This is Bob's life. You are in Bob's world. You are invited into his inner circle. And whatever emotional connection or reaction you have to being in the inner circles, being with Bob and the group and everybody, and sitting there and seeing what happened, whatever emotional reaction you have is up to how you feel, not from the outside.
You know what's crazy? Ziggy, I'm going to tell you this, As you're saying Bob, I keep seeing Kingsley.
Yeah.
Right? And I came across your socials, and there was a moment where you were speaking about, what captured you, why Kingsley stood out.
Yeah.
And after seeing that, I can't unsee him. I feel like you know your father better than me, my guy. Okay? But I feel like there was just something really special. What was it specifically, especially not just before, you guys picked him, but during the film and after? What was it that you think really made him hit the nail on the head?
From the get-go, we say, it have authentic, it have real. And Kingsley was on board with that. So, for me, the important thing with Kingsley is that the emotional depth that he could go into, even stuff that you couldn't direct it, you couldn't write it. It's something where he have to come up with himself through his own research and his own interpretation of Bob and what Bob was going through.
Must have been moments where actors will go into a different space.
Yeah.
That maybe triggered a moment in your life.
Yeah.
You kind of go, you know what, actually, I also need to mention this. Did those moments come up?
Yeah. Yeah, man, I mean, it's just, as I said, for me, it's like, it made me think. And I'd never really thought about it before, right? What my father was go through emotionally. Like, this is not an easy thing that was happening, right? Somebody try to kill you.
Yeah.
Your wife gets shot in her head. Your children might be in danger. You have to run, leave your country. You go to England. You don't know what happened. You question your faith. You find out you have cancer. What is going on, bro? So it made me think about my father must have been going through some emotional that he would never show anybody.
Yeah.
And we try to explore that, the human side, the human side of him is what Kingsley was tapping into. The assassination attempt, I wanted to go to rehearsals, with my mother. I was like, take me to rehearsal. And she was like, again, the spirit. Because if she had taken me, who knows what would have happened to me. She was like, no, you have school tomorrow, you can't come rehearsal. I'm like, no, please. She said, no. Mother's wisdom, And so I didn't go. But in the middle of the night while we were sleeping, the police come and grab me up, and it was so chaotic and hectic and we don't know what's going on.
Your mother and father, the bond
Yeah.
was just like no other bond that we've known. Especially after seeing that. You wouldn't have been in a lot of these conversations.
Right.
Of course, mum's still there to advise on set as well, but for you, how did you yourself help the actors capture those bonds? Because it was serious. There were moments where, like the arguments that were happening outside the party, those moments where mum's concerned about the children. How did you make sure that the actors, because Lashana Lynch absolutely, she captured your mother.
Lashana mash it up, man. Lashana.
Proper mash it up.
In the scene where he wants to go to Africa,
Yeah.
and then I say, but Africa, there's no infrastructure, and I say, we can build it. That was Bob. Because when he went to Zimbabwe for the independence celebration, the government could only afford for him to come.
Right.
But what he did was, no, he's going to pay for everybody. He's going to pay for the band. He's going to pay for the stage. He's going to bring a sound system. So he built it.
A lot of that is shown in the film.
You understand?
The conversation when he's making sure he said, I don't care about the money.
Yeah, right.
Don't worry about the money.
No.
I just want to get there.
Yeah, so that was very important for me to reflect because, you can whitewash Bob. People can, them can paint him as a sterile figure of very comfortable person who, peace and love, but the Pan-Africanism, the militancy of Bob is what we wanted also to express.
But as legacy, you yourself, your father continued, his legacy through you guys. You had the band, you and your sisters and your brother, of course. But then you've also got Mystique and Skip also continuing that. Is this something that you want to just kind of withstand the test of time?
Yeah, I mean, if it's real, there's an integrity in what we do. We just want the younger one them understand it in that level of. It's a purpose. It's a deep thing. It's a really deep thing.
It is for all of us, man. Yeah. My guy Ziggy.
Yeah, man. Respect, man.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Love, brother. Yes, man. Respect. Yeah, man.
One love, one heart, one destiny.
I wanna jam it with you.
You dig?
We're jamming.